I'm excited because I'm being filmed. I've cleaned my hands, I've taken mud off my face, I'm okay. Unfortunately, autumn is just, it's a crazy month. You've got to get the harvest in, get all that done, and then it's pruning for the next year, so it's actually quite nice to sit down. Oh yeah, today's been pretty good. The weather's been nice weather for being outside. Not too hot, not too cold. I'm out there kind of bringing in the last vestiges of my crops, and then just pruning things off, you know, starting for next year. I have decided to grow my own stuff purely because then I know exactly what is going into it, what's nibbling it, what's not. Yeah, I just feel it's better for the environment, it's better for me, and I enjoy it, quite frankly. Yeah, I have Sally, the pig, and she had some little piglets. I did have Molly, the sheep, but she was very lonely, so I got her Jeff. But the problem is, you see, sheep are livestock, and there's a huge amount of paperwork. I'm not very good with the old paperwork, so once they moved on, I didn't replace them. Oh, they, you know, yes. Yeah, it was very sad. But, you know, I have to take my sadness and put it in the kind of this is life, circle of life box. No, I've still got them in the freezer. It's a waste to me to just pop them in the ground, and quite frankly, they'd be dug up by the foxes. But I think that's what they'd want me to do. I don't think of myself as a farmer. I just kind of do what I do. I call it work, just so everybody knows that I'm actually doing something. But really, I'm playing. Let's face it, the world's got bigger and bigger and bigger, lots more people, so of course intensive farming has increased. Unfortunately, instead of looking at ways to how we can create more crops in a more natural way, you know, using bats and bees. Bats are incredibly important in terms of they eat all the insects around the crops, so I've got bat boxes outside. I know people say they're scary, but I like them. Hang on. I'm quite partial to listening to the radio. It's just nice because you can do stuff as you listen. Well, actually, it was on the radio, and I was like, what? Mission to Mars? You know, I was just like, I couldn't quite be, you know, I was digging, I was getting quite tired. I thought, had I imagined it? But then they did a little program on it, and they were talking all about it, and I don't know, it just really caught my imagination. You know, like a completely bare plot to just get in there and grow stuff. I think for me, Earth has been done, but I think that Mars, it's completely virgin planet. There's nothing there. I just thought, here's an opportunity to, you know, go out there, new plot, and plant away. You know, obviously we'll probably aim to try and create some sort of atmosphere, but that's going to be long term. So we're going to have to be quite patient about things. I mean, I'd hope that I would be put with the scientists who are growing stuff, so I can lend a hand and learn. One of the things I love is bees. I'm a bee guardian or a beekeeper, but I call myself a bee guardian. Yeah, the bee gravity problem is because the bees will get completely disorientated because they're 0G. I do worry that they might get quite stressed. I'd love to go out on a moonwalk, well, a Martian walk, because if it is less gravity, we should be able to bounce around a bit more. I do like going for walks without maps, but I don't know if I want to go on Mars without a map. I might get confused with the rocks. I'd like to think that I can, you know, mend some things. I might have one or two things to learn with how to, you know, whoosh, whoosh with the Martian doors rather than the sorry, make myself laugh. Early on, there's going to be a lot of kind of swapping and, you know, one pillow's too hard, one Martian pillow's too soft, you know. I've grown, you know, too many marrows that year, maybe do a bit of a swap. I'm quite good at organising, so I could arrange like a jumble sale sort of thing. I hope we'll bring some games with us. You know, I think board games are really good fun. Just set some fun evenings up, good old sing-song. I mean, I have a huge respect for all the scientists, but I imagine it could be, I don't know, a bit serious. For me, the most important thing is to get in that Martian soil. I really hope we've got some nice parks, even if they're small, in the biodomes. Everything we have on Mars is sustainable, is organic. You know, we learn from all our problems on Earth. It sounds crazy saying utopia, but we have the potential to create something really quite special there. Legend. Gosh, that's a big word for little me. I don't think you can compare me to the greats. I think I'll just be on a list, one of the first few. I'd like to think that people think I'm kind. I really do. Because I think if we're all kind, it'll make the world or Mars such a better place.